Hey everybody, it's Cooper here, and I was halfway through making this pickup video, but these little guys were meowing so loud at the door trying to get in. And these are two little feral kittens that my girlfriend and I rescued from our apartment complex. They were outside, so we rescued them. This one's the boy here, and then we have the little girl here. And I thought I'd just show them really quick because it's kind of like a big part in my life right now, and I thought you guys would enjoy seeing them. So with that said, let's get on to the pickup video. Okay, so jumping right into things, I wanted to show you guys something that I picked up that was shown in the last video I made, which was my Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut video. And if you guys have not seen that video, I really recommend checking it out. I put a lot of work and time and thought into that video, and yeah, I'm really proud of it, so please check it out. There will be a link in the description, or of course you can always just go to my channel, go to my uploads, and it's the last video that I uploaded before this one. But the item that I wanted to show is the Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut cartridge, which I haven't shown in a pickup video yet, so thought I'd show that. And then box and manual here. The manual is inside the box in its own protector, and then I have the box and a protector as well. So finally have a complete copy. Very, very happy, very proud. Please check out the video where I highlight the item and I talk about the history and all that kind of stuff. So definitely worth checking out. So to the stuff for today. First up, I received 2 boxes as a extra in a trade that I did over YouTube. And I went on eBay and decided to pick up some other parts of them that I needed. So the first box that I got was NBA Live 97. So I went on eBay and picked up a manual, and I'm waiting to find a cartridge in the wild because I know they're pretty common, and I buy Super Nintendo bundles a lot, so I should be able to find one no problem. Then the second box I got was Suzuka 8 Hours. And I've actually never heard of this game before getting the box, so I'm pretty sure it's not that common. So I went on eBay and picked up the manual and the cartridge here to complete that. So very cool to add another Super Nintendo game to my collection. I rarely get new ones. So next up, I did a couple Craigslist deals for some GameCube stuff recently, and through those I was able to get 2 official Nintendo brand memory cards here. With the gray one is the 59 block and the black one is the 251 block, and I keep all the first party memory cards I get. If you guys have been watching for a while, you'll know that, but I probably have 30 GameCube memory cards now, which is awesome, and closer to like 50 PS2 memory cards, which is crazy, but very glad to get those. And then I have a local friend here who is a collector and seller, and he buys and sells and trades and collects and all that, just like I do. And he came across a cartridge of Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire, but this is the not for resale edition. I don't know how well it's going to show up because it does have some label fading right over it, but as you can see, hopefully, it's the not for resale version. And neither of us could find any information on this price-wise. There weren't any on eBay completed or current auctions, so we didn't really know what it's worth, but I did pick up a cartridge not for resale edition of Pokemon Silver, and I only paid $25 for that, which was an auction, so there was other people bidding against me, and it only went to $25. So I figured this was probably worth a little bit less than that, because Pokemon Silver is a way more desirable game. So I offered him $20, which he agreed to, but he ended up needing a copy of Mario Bros. For the NES, so I traded him that and $15 to get this. So, very cool. Glad to add that to my collection. And then, next up are 3 more complete N64 games that I needed for my collection. And at this point, I only need 2 more games, which I have located on Nintendo Age. I'm trying to work out trades for them. But everything else I've already either shown or it's on its way here from eBay. So I've already purchased every game except for 2, but there might be 1 or 2 more shown in like the next video, but I'm not sure. So first up, nothing special here. Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest, and all 3 of these are complete. Then we have NBA Jam 2000 and Dark Rift, and this box is in pretty good shape aside from a little bit of damage right here, but other than that it's pretty good. So very glad to be close to finishing the N64 set which leads me into the next items I have to show here, which are GameCube games. And because I'm so close to finishing the N64 collection, and I expect to have it finished within the next couple weeks, I'm really going to start focusing on Nintendo GameCube stuff and going for a complete GameCube collection. Now, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that every system I collect for, I'm already going for complete collections, but as you can probably tell, I've been focusing on Nintendo 64 for a long time, because it is my favorite system. So, while I am still going for complete collections for every other system I collect for, I'm going to be focusing next on GameCube. So, if you guys have, like, any GameCube games, as long as they're complete and Black Label, I'm interested in them. I don't care if they're sports games or filler titles. I need to get everything. So, if you have anything, please send me a private message on YouTube and we'll work out a trade, or I can buy them. But, I have some GameCube games to show here, and 4 of these come from a Craigslist deal, the same deal where I got the memory cards from, and 1 of them comes from eBay. So, first up is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Then we have Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It's my 3rd Harry Potter game for the GameCube. And then the one game that I got off of eBay is Beyond Good and Evil. And I paid $15 shipped for this one. And when I was looking up rare GameCube games, this one showed up on the list. And I was kind of surprised by that because this game isn't that expensive. You know, $15 was the cheapest complete one, but it's not that far off of the others. So, I don't know why this was listed as a really rare game. Maybe it's just pretty uncommon, but it's not that expensive, so decided to pick that one up. And then the last game, which I actually got from a bundle, from a Craigslist bundle, is Skies of Arcadia Legends. And this is a pretty expensive GameCube game. I think it goes for like $50, I think, for like a complete copy. And this is one that I've been looking for a while. I've actually never found a copy of this game in the wild ever. And that is complete. Like all the rest, all these GameCube games are complete. I'm very happy to add them to my collection, but especially this one. And then one more GameCube game that came from a Craigslist deal. There's a kind of a story behind this one because it's a pretty cool item. So I have my wanted ads on Craigslist, which is where I get 99% of the stuff that I actually buy off of Craigslist, because people are always contacting me, you know, every day with stuff. And so I rarely look on Craigslist for other auctions or other postings, because there's a lot of resellers in my area and people will buy stuff up really quickly. So I usually don't even look, but I'm very glad that I did, because someone posted this game with a complete copy of Mario Party 5, and they were only asking $25 for both of them. And you can probably tell it's already going to be a good deal, because Mario Party 5 alone is like $20. So there was no phone number, so I had to email him, and I asked him if he could deliver it for $40. He was kind of far from me. He was way on the other side of Orlando, but he agreed to deliver it for $40, but he said he couldn't come till the next day. So I asked him if he could like promise me the games, because I'm pretty sure someone else was going to email him after me. And he's like, yeah, no problem. And people say that all the time, but you know, as soon as they get an offer of $10 more, they're usually going to take that. But he actually did deliver them, and when he was here, he told me that right after I emailed him, about 20 minutes later, somebody else emailed him and offered him $50 for the 2 games. So, but he turned it down because he already promised them to me, so he's a really cool guy, and hopefully he has some more stuff. Whenever I do a Craigslist deal with anyone, I always tell them, if you ever come across anything else, or if you have any friends that have any games, please let me know. And he sounded like he might have some more stuff, so hopefully he contacts me again. But the Mario Party 5 I already have, so that one's going to go on eBay, and when I sell that, it's essentially going to make this game free, which is amazing, and I'm so happy to add this to my collection. And it's a factory-sealed, Black Label copy of Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. And, you know, it's not the greatest Mario title. I mean, it is a Mario title, so it's cool to get a factory-sealed copy, especially a Black Label one. But, yeah, I already have the game. And it's probably the cheapest Mario GameCube game, but still, a sealed copy is really cool. And I paid $20 for it. I don't know why I just said it would be essentially free. I paid $20 for it, so that's a pretty good deal. And I'm very glad to add that to my collection. Next up are some Wii games that I'm adding to my collection here. The first 2 I picked up from Target, and they're factory sealed. and the first one here was 15, and then the second one was 20. And I picked these up because there's like three or four different games from this character on the Wii, and I have all the other ones factory sealed already. Excuse me. So I decided to pick these up as well. So I have every game from this series sealed on the Wii. Plus I have open copies as well. So the first one is Sonic and the Black Knight. So glad to add that to my collection. That one's 15, and then the other one is Sonic Colors. I got that for 20. So I already have Sonic and the Secret Rings factory sealed as well. I got that from LV Pepe 38. I think his new channel name is Lou Hero Statue Collector. But yeah, very glad to have like the whole series. I have complete open copies and sealed copies, which is pretty cool. And then these other two Wii titles here come from GameStop, and they kind of tie in with each other. I recently renewed my Power Up Rewards card with GameStop because I've been buying a lot of like used Wii games and some PS3 stuff to sell, because they've been having like 3 for $10 deals and 50% off deals. So I've been buying lots of stuff. So I decided to renew the card. It's only 15 bucks. And when you do that, you get a buy 2 get 1 free coupon on pre-owned games. So my local GameStop had 2 copies of Xenoblade Chronicles. And I understand this is the GameStop reprint version. So, you know, but they had 2 copies of it. So I wanted to use the buy 2 get 1 free. And I took the 2 up to the counter and asked if they had a third one, and he said no, but I could order one from the GameStop website, and when it arrived to my house, I could take all 3 of them back to GameStop, return them, and then use my buy 2 get 1 free coupon to get all 3 of them back. So that's exactly what I did, and this is the one that they actually shipped to me because it doesn't have any stickers, and it also came with the Club Nintendo points, which I've already used. But the ones that I got from GameStop didn't have those. And yeah, so glad to add this to my collection. And when I went back to GameStop to return them and then rebuy them again, instead of just getting cash back for the third one, I decided to pick up some other stuff. So I was picking up some of the stuff in the 50% off, a bunch of Call of Duty games for the PS3, but I had some money left over, so I picked up a complete copy of Rune Factory Frontier. This was 27 bucks, and I'm glad to add that to my collection. It's a pretty uncommon Wii game, so glad to add those 2 to my collection. And I would like to get the original release of the Xenoblade at some point, but I'm very glad to at least have that for now. And then I just got back from GameStop about an hour ago, and I picked up a sealed copy of The Wonderful 101. And I'm probably not going to keep this sealed. I have a bunch of other Wii U titles that I picked up really cheap that I am keeping sealed just because I don't care to play them, like Black Ops 2 and stuff. But this one I'm actually really interested to play, so I might open this up later and pop that in. But there's no point in opening it until I'm ready to play it, so it's still sealed. Then next up, I bought something off of eBay that was a really good deal, but like originally I bought it to sell because it was a really good buy it now price, but when I got it I realized that it was a box upgrade for my copy. So this is kind of an extra now. This is the one that I'm going to be putting back on eBay, but I purchased a complete copy of Mega Man 4, and like I said, when I got it, it was a box upgrade for mine. So this is my original copy here, and I have the new one in my collection behind me somewhere. So very glad to accidentally upgrade my box and still be able to make a decent amount off of this one. I think it was like 45 bucks buy it now, which is pretty good for a complete copy of that game in such good condition as well. Next up is another eBay purchase, and this one was a newly listed buy it now, just like the Mega Man 4. And so right when I saw it, I snatched it up. And this is another Game Boy Advance system that I didn't have boxed yet, and that is the limited edition Platinum. It does have a sticker here, which kind of sucks, but I might be able to get it off. But other than that, it's in pretty good shape. It's missing the battery cover, but I get these pretty often, so it's not going to be that difficult to replace that. But I'm very glad to add this to my collection, and it was only 35 bucks after shipping. So, pretty good. Glad to add that to the collection as well. Next up is a box and manual that is an upgrade for something in my N64 collection, and I got this from Kevin, who is also Non-Tubers here on YouTube. He hasn't been doing videos in a while, but he was getting rid of some stuff and offered me a few things here. So I actually sold him this, or traded or sold him this originally, and then I traded my better copy to someone else to get a more expensive N64 game I needed. So I had a copy a while ago. It didn't have a manual, and the box is really beat up, so I'm glad to replace it. This one still isn't mint, so I'd like to replace this one as well, but this is much better than the one I previously had. That is the box and manual for Conker's Bad Fur Day. So the one I traded him or sold him this one originally, and the copy I had was in much better shape, but I traded that one to get my complete copy of Stunt Racer 64, and I also traded like some other stuff with it. But after that, I didn't have a copy for a while, and the only one I had found was a really beat-up box and cartridge with no manual, so I'm glad to get the manual and replace the beat-up box with this one. And then also some empty boxes and manuals that I got from him. Some of these might not have the manuals, I'm not sure, but I don't have the cartridges yet. But they are Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga for the Game Boy Advance. Like I said, no cartridges with these yet, but I will pick them up. Legend of Zelda Classic NES Series, and Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls. So this one here I actually come across pretty often, the other two not so much, but yeah, if I don't find them eventually I'll pick them up off of eBay, but they aren't too uncommon, so very glad to get those. The cartridges aren't that hard to find, so I'll have those complete at some point. And then next up here are some complete games I got from him, as well as some that I got from a Craigslist deal and one from eBay. So it's kind of a big bundle here of stuff. So first up, a couple games that I got from the same Craigslist deal that I got the GameCube bundle from, where I got Skies of Arcadia. The guy also had a Game Boy Advance bundle that he brought, and it was pretty cool because he only wanted 70 or 80 bucks for the GameCube bundle, and it also came with like the system, a Wavebird controller, another black controller, a few other games that I already had, like Mario Kart, Star Fox, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 4, Phantasy Star Episodes 1 and 2, and a network adapter and a Game Boy player. So that was an amazing deal, and he told me that he also had some Game Boy stuff he would bring, and he wanted 30 bucks for that. And I just told him to bring it along. I didn't even know what it was. And then when he got here, it turns out that all the games were boxed, and so was the system. So the system was just a regular Glacier Game Boy Advance, which I already have. So that one's going to be going on eBay. But a lot of the games here I didn't have in my collection yet. They're not perfect. They're not in perfect condition, but still very glad to have them. So first up is Dragon Ball Z collectible card game. This box is by far the worst. It's pretty crushed, but it does have the cartridge and the manual. The powerful promo card that says is included is not. So that's the only thing missing, but still glad to add that to my collection. And then there's another Dragon Ball Z game, which is The Legacy of Goku. That one's complete. It says it comes with a poster, which it does. It is in there, so pretty cool. And then these two here, I got the boxes and manuals for a while ago when I bought a big bundle of them. So I just needed the cartridges for these, and I went on eBay and picked them up. So the first one is Drill Dozer. It's got the cool Rumble cartridge here, but that one's complete now. And the second one is Super Robot Tyson Original Generation. So very glad to get that one complete. It's a really uncommon Atlas title. It's not that expensive, but it's pretty uncommon. And I also have the box for the second one, which is more expensive than that one, so I haven't purchased that one yet, but I will at some point. And then, let's see, there was, almost forgot to bring the box in here, but I picked up the cartridge for DK King of Swing, and I do have the box and manual for it. I just forgot to bring it in here for the pickup video. And then, the last one from the bundle, the Craigslist bundle that I picked up, where I got the two Dragon Ball Z games, I also got Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. There's a cartridge for that one. And the other games that were included in there that I already had were Castlevania, Circle of the Moon, and Super Mario Advance. So very glad to add three good boxed Game Boy Advance games to my collection from a Craigslist deal. That's always cool. And two games that, or one game here I should say, that I already had the boxing manual for, just like the other ones. I picked up the cartridge, is Mega Man Battle Network 4 Red Sun. So that one's complete now. And there's one more. I had to pause the video there because someone was actually here to do a Craigslist deal, and they were calling me as I was doing the video there, so I had to pause it. But I thought I'd just show you what I just picked up. I got a cartridge of Super Metroid here for 25 bucks. A little more than I'd like to pay for it, but not bad. So back to the video. Two more Game Boy games here that are boxed. This one actually came from Kevin as well, but he had the cartridge with it, so this is going straight into my collection. That is The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. So I'm very glad to add that one to my collection. Lots of Game Boy Advance games in this video. And then the last one, I picked up off of eBay, and I saw the box and manual listed for like $12, buy it now, and I thought that was a pretty good deal, so I just went and picked up a cartridge for $8 right after that. So got a complete copy of Harvest Moon Game Boy Color. And it still has the original seal on it. It is opened, of course, but it still has the original seal. And then the cartridge there. So for basically 20 bucks, got a complete copy of that. I think that's a pretty good deal. And then another Game Boy game here, which is way more expensive than the other ones, that's why I separated it. And this one, I already had the box and manual for as well. And I've had this box for a very long time. I don't even remember where I got it from. But I picked up a cartridge for $30, so that probably tells you how expensive it is. The cartridge was 30 bucks, which was the cheapest one when I was looking. And the box is in really good shape though, so I'm very happy to have it. It does have the manual as well. And I'm not sure how much a complete copy of this actually sells for, but you know, at least I have it. So that's, and it's Castlevania Legends. So box is in really good shape, like I said. Then there's the cartridge, which was $30. And I, you know, hate to spend 30 bucks on a Game Boy cartridge, but it's a pretty expensive game, so I'm glad to have it complete in my collection. I got two things left here. The first one I was thinking about saving for last, but there's between the two items, they're kind of equal, I would think. So I'm just going to show this one first. And this is the reason I went to GameStop, because this came out today. This is being filmed on the 20th. Yesterday was my birthday, so I kind of bought this as my own present. But it came out today, so I went and picked it up, and I had already pre-ordered it and paid it off, and that is the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker Wii U bundle. Very cool. I haven't opened this yet. I don't know if I will, because I already have my regular Wii hooked up, and I already am getting the physical Wind Waker game, so I really have no reason to open this. Might just keep it. I mean, it doesn't come factory sealed, but it is new. Ugh. So, very glad to have that. They did a price drop on it, so it was only $2.99 to $3.50. So that's pretty cool, and I'm definitely keeping that. I was thinking about picking up a second one, because it's supposed to be really limited. I don't know how limited, because my local GameStop said that they got another shipment in of them. So not sure how rare or hard to find it's going to be in the future, but I might pick up a second one. I'm not positive yet. But the last item that I wanted to show you guys in this video is the last expensive N64 game that I needed. The only two remaining games I need now are Supercross 2000 and Star Soldier Vanishing Earth. And I have found complete copies of both of them in good condition on Nintendo Age, and I'm really hoping to be able to work out trades for those, because I would love to complete the set as soon as possible. But this one I've been looking for such a long time, like over a year, and I haven't found a complete copy in good enough condition for me to buy. And my mistake was only looking on eBay and, you know, in person when I go to game stores and stuff, but I had never found one. And I decided to check Amazon, and the first time I checked, I found one at a great price, and I got pictures, and it's in great condition. So if you're only looking on eBay, don't limit yourself. I never buy off Amazon, but this was an amazing buy. So for $160, I got a complete mint copy of Worms Armageddon. I've got it in a protector here. The manual that came with it was a little beat up, but I already had a manual, which I picked up for 20 bucks off of Nintendo Age a while ago. So my manual's in better shape, so that one's in here now. The box is in great condition, and so is the cartridge. So for 160 bucks shipped, I got this, and he shipped it very, very well. Amazing packing job, and he was very nice. I messaged him and asked him if he could send me pictures, which he promptly did like an hour later, and it was in great condition, so it was a no-brainer. And that's it for this pickup video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please check out the last video that I uploaded, the Clay Fighter Sculptus Cut video. I'm very proud of that once again, so please check it out. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.